Ladies and gentlemen, I extend my warm greetings to you all. It is with a great pleasure that I address the topic of the female reproductive system today. This sophisticated network of organs plays a vital role in conception and pregnancy, and I invite you to explore its details with us.
The female reproductive system consists of organs such as the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, and vagina. Its main functions include producing eggs, providing a site for fertilization and implantation, nurturing a developing fetus during pregnancy, and facilitating childbirth. The female reproductive system includes parts of the female body that are involved in fertility, reproduction, and sex. It includes organs such as the uterus, ovaries, fallopian tubes, cervix, and vagina. The menstrual cycle prepares the body for a possible pregnancy. So, ang reproductive system ay binubuo ng mga organo tulad ng ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix. Kabilang sa mga pangunahing tungkulin nito ang paggawa ng mga itlog, pagbibigay ng lugar para sa fertilization at implementation. So pag-aalaga, pagbuo ng fetus sa panahon ng pagbubuntis at pagpapadali sa panganganak.
A subject that is both natural and essential to the female body. The menstruation cycle. The menstruation cycle is a remarkable process that occurs in women of reproductive age, typically lasting around 28 days, although variations are common. During this cycle, the body undergoes a series of hormonal changes that is preparing the uterus for a potential pregnancy. The cycle is divided into four main phases: menstruation, follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. Menstruation marks the shedding of the uterine lining, while the follicular phase is the development of an egg in the ovary. Ovulation is the release of this mature egg, and the luteal phase involves the preparation of the uterus for a possible pregnancy. While the menstruation cycle is natural and vital process, it can also bring about various symptoms and challenges for women, such as cramps, mood swings, and fatigue. Understanding and normalizing conversations around the menstruation cycle are crucial in promoting women's health and well-being.
Now, let's all watch this for more understanding.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and though we may share a planet and many other similarities, our bodies function in some majorly different ways. In this video, we'll take a look at some of those differences unique to women. Women between the ages of 12 and 50 years old undergo a monthly cycle in which their uterus prepares for pregnancy. It prepares for a fertilized egg to settle and grow into a baby. If pregnancy does not occur, the lining breaks down and is expelled from the uterus. This is known as menstruation. The menstrual cycle usually lasts about 28 days. During this period, women undergo drastic hormonal fluctuations as well as physical discomforts such as abdominal cramps, headaches, backaches, and general nausea. This has led to it being colloquially referred to as the curse. The first stage of the cycle is menstruation and occurs if the egg has not been fertilized. This lasts between 3 to 7 days and is more commonly known as a period. Because the egg has not been fertilized, the uterus lining, called the endometrium, is not needed, and hence it breaks down and is lost through the vaginal canal with some blood. The next stage is known as ovulation, and is when the woman is most fertile. After menstruation, the lining of the uterus thickens up again in preparation for a fertilized egg, and inside the ovary, a follicle develops. At about 14 days into the cycle, an egg is released from the follicle in the ovaries, and fertilization could take place. If the egg is fertilized and embeds itself in the thick uterine lining, the lining is not shed, and thus menstruation does not occur, and the woman becomes pregnant. If it doesn't manage to embed, then the lining will break down and menstruation will occur and the cycle is repeated. The menstrual cycle is controlled by two main hormones, estrogen and progesterone. We met these hormones in this video. Estrogen is produced by the ovaries and causes the uterus lining, the endometrium, to thicken again after menstruation so that it is ready to receive an embryo. Progesterone is produced by the empty follicle in the ovary. See how it is produced after the egg has been released and then drops off if the egg does not embed in the uterus or if the egg is unfertilized. But if the egg is fertilized and embeds, then progesterone levels stay high for the first 6.5 months of pregnancy. The follicle continues to produce it and a placenta is formed. So estrogen builds up the uterus lining and progesterone maintains it during the second half of the menstrual cycle. There are two other hormones also involved: the follicle stimulating hormone, or FSH, and the luteinizing hormone, or LH. Both FSH and LH are secreted by the pituitary gland. FSH causes the egg to mature in the ovary, and it also stimulates the ovaries to release estrogen. The estrogen then stops FSH being produced, so that only one egg matures in the cycle. LH causes the mature egg to be released from the ovary and stimulates the release of progesterone. You may want to browse the internet to learn more about these hormones. So from this video, you should now have a better understanding of how the menstrual cycle works, how the main hormones estrogen and progesterone control it, and how a woman's body is affected by these drastic changes.
What are the parts and functions of female reproductive system?
The female reproductive system consists of both internal and external structures. Internal structures. A female internal reproductive organ are the vagina, cervix, uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. Ovaries produce eggs or ova and hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Fallopian tubes or oviducts transport eggs from the ovaries to the uterus. Fertilization typically occurs in fallopian tubes. Uterus or the womb, where the fertilized egg implants and grows into fetus during pregnancy. It has 3 layers: the endometrium, myometrium, and the perimetrium. Cervix, the lower part of the uterus that connects to the vagina. It produces cervical mucus that changes consistency during the menstrual cycle to aid and hinder of sperm movement. Then lastly, the vagina, the muscular canal that connects the cervix to the internal genitals. It serves as the birth canal and also receives the penis during sexual intercourse. External structures or vulva. The component of vulva are the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, vulva vestibule, Bartholin's glands, urethra, and vaginal opening. Mons pubis, the rounded fatty area overlying the pubic bone. Labia majora, outer folds of skin that enclose and protect the other external genital organs. Labia minora, the inner folds of skin that protect the vaginal opening and urethral opening. Clitoris, a small sensitive protrusion located at the top of the labia minora, involved in sexual arousal. Vulva vestibule. The area between the labia minora is the vulva vestibule. This is a smooth surface that begins superiorly just below the clitoris and ends inferiorly at the posterior commissure of the labia minora. Bartholin's glands. Glands located on either side of the vaginal opening that secrete fluid to lubricate the vagina during sexual arousal. Urethra. The urethra is an extension of a tube that the bladder to the outside of the body. The purpose of urethra is for the excretion of urine. Vaginal opening. The vagina opening is an elastic, muscular tube connected to the cervix proximally and extended to the external surface to the vulva vestibule. So that's all. Always remember that each part of the female reproductive system plays a crucial role in reproduction, hormone regulation, and sexual function.
In our reproductive system of people, the ovary serves as the storage unit for eggs, where they are produced and stored until they are ready to release. Next, we have the oviduct, also known as the fallopian tube, which acts as a pathway for the eggs. When an egg is ripe for fertilization, it travels through the sperm to reach the uterus. The uterus is given to a causal found within the host body, where a fertilized egg develops it can set and produce. Acting as power between the uterus and the vagina, the cervix remains closed during pregnancy to keep the baby safe inside the uterus. When it's time for birth, the baby cell passes through the vagina. It functions as a tunnel connecting the uterus to the outside of the ghost body.
And the next is vulva. This is the outside part of the female goat's reproduction system. It's like the entrance to the tunnel vagina where the baby comes out during birth.
So now, we will talk about the reproductive part of the bone, which is this part that has the antelopes and the long foramen to sustain with the middle meat that's fallen around inside the antelopes. And we'll also see how these pollens are released outside. Now, what happens after they release? After they release, they fall in the female reproductive part of the bone. The other means they fall into the female reproductive part of the bone, which is the one that males can do. It can be insects as well. But once they fall in the female part, fertilization begins. So here, the female reproductive part of the bone and the other part of the stem. This part of the flowers innocent, made up of three main parts: stigma, the star, and the ovary. Stigma is like a sticky catchway at the top of the plant. It grabs on the pollen grains. Next, we have the star. It is like a tube that connects the stigma to the ovary. It's kind of like a pathway for pollen. And then, there's the ovary. It's like the base of the first tail. And it's where the magic happens. And that's where the ovaries are produced and fertilization happens, eventually turning into seeds. Speaking of ovaries, they are also called testicles. They're like tiny structures inside the ovary with female gametes develop. After fertilization, they become seeds.
We'll explore the similarities and differences between two important concepts. By examining this contrast, we can gain a deeper understanding of their unique characteristics and implications. The comparison and contrast of female reproductive system of human and female reproductive system of animals based on their types. We have the comparison and contrast of female reproductive system of human and female reproductive system of reptiles, which is the snakes. Both human and snakes have reproductive systems geared towards producing offspring. Both systems involve production of eggs, fertilization, and the potential of offspring development. In contrast, human females have more complex reproductive system with distinct organs for egg production, fertilization, and gestations. The snakes have more streamlined reproductive system focused on egg laying and variation reproductive strategies among species. We have the amphibians, which is the frog. Both of them have reproductive system geared towards producing an offspring. In their contrast, human females have more complex reproductive system with internal fertilization and gestation leading to live birth. Frogs rely on external fertilization and lay eggs in water, with offspring undergoing aquatic development before transitioning to land. And third, we have the birds. Both of them have reproductive system aimed to producing offspring. Both of them involved in production of eggs, fertilization, and the potential of offspring development. Hormonal regulation plays a crucial role in both systems, although with variation in mechanism. In their contrast, human females have more complex reproductive system and internal fertilization and gestation leading to live birth. Ducks rely on external fertilization and lay eggs, with a female engaging in nest building and incubation of the eggs. And this is the comparison and contrast of female reproductive system of human and the female reproductive system of plants based on their types. First, we have mosses. In mosses, we choose Funaria. Both of them have reproductive system aimed to facilitate reproduction and the continuation of species. Both of them involve the production of reproductive structures, fertilization, and the development of new individuals. In their contrast, human females have complex reproductive system with internal fertilization and birth. Funaria's reproductive system in mosses is simpler, involving spore production, asexual reproduction, through gamete, and sexual reproduction leading to spore dispersal. Second, we have the flowering plant, and we choose kiwi. Both of them have reproductive system aimed to produce offspring, and hormonal regulation plays a crucial role in both systems. In their contrast, human females have more complex reproduction system with internal fertilization and gestation leading to live birth. Kiwis rely on external fertilization, with the female engaging in egg laying and incubation. We have the ferns o Iterum felix femina. In their comparison, both of them have female reproductive system aimed to facilitate reproduction and continuation of the species. Both of them involve the production of reproductive structures, fertilization, and the development of new individuals. In their contrast, human females have a complex reproduction system and internal fertilization and live birth. Iterum felix femina o lady fern reproduces through spores with a distinct alternation of generation involving gametophytes and sporophytes. And lastly, we have the comparison and contrast of animals and plants' female reproductive system. And we choose mammals, which is the monkey, and we choose genusperms, which is the pines. In their comparison, both monkeys and pines have female reproductive systems geared towards producing offspring. Both of them involve the production of reproductive structures, fertilization, and the potential for offspring development. In their contrast, monkeys have complex internal reproductive system with live birth and nurturing of offspring. Pines rely on external fertilization with seeds developing within cones and disperse of germination.
Thank you for your attention and engagement in learning about the female reproductive system. May this knowledge empower you to understand and appreciate the remarkable details of the female body. Have a wonderful day ahead.